Jaw Media YouTube channel. Today we're going to try to revive an old weed eater. We found this thing in the trash. It's an old Craftsman, which is just a high dollar Walmart weed eater, I think. But yeah, it was just laying in the trash can. So we stopped and grabbed it. And before we took it with us, we did find out it's got compression. It turns over. So if the Vice Grip Garage terminology, sparkulator's working, if we've got spark in the cylinder, we can feed her some gas, or I'm sorry, some fire maker, and see if she runs. So this might be a free weed eater that runs. It just needs a little love. Stay tuned, we'll find out. So hang on, let me move this. I don't know what that is. I guess that could be an extension. Oh, it's plugged full of dirt. It came out of my kids' little trampoline. We could use that as an extension, try to break some ratchets. So we'll just put that away. That looks perfect. So anyway, here's our Craftsman weed eater. And first thing I noticed, other than it turning over, it's not locked up. Got a fuel line going there, but there's a little tiny bung. Hang on, let me turn on the studio lights. Right there, see, ready? Oh yeah. Little bung right there on the carburetor, and there's no line coming out, obviously. And I don't see a daggone port on the fuel tank. Oh wait, there it is. It's broke off. So maybe we can feed a little rubber line down into the tank right through that hole, which I think that's the way that one is. So we're just missing a line. Luckily, I've got an actual Walmart weed eater over here. Look at that, hyper tough. You see, it's got both the lines on it. This one back here is what we're looking for, and it's just fed right down into the tank, I do believe. So we may just feed a line down in there and see what happens. We'll feed her some fuel. We'll follow these instructions. Wait, what? Wait 30 to 60 seconds? We're not going to follow those. We're going to put some fire maker in there, some explosion accelerant in there, and we're going to put some Earl in it so we don't blow it up. It is a 2-stroke, and we're going to see if we can make it shoot smoke out and fire and run. All right, let's try to get this spark plug wire off here. There's not much room to work. You can't get your fingers in there because this plastic's in the way. But we're gonna just pry it on there and see what happens. There we go. That's probably a 5/8. I got some spark plug sockets, so okay, we got our high dollar ratchet for our high dollar weed eater. Let's get that on there, and oh gosh. Oh. Somebody torqued that on there and didn't want it to come back out. And it's probably been on there since the factory built this thing. She was tight. Ew, look at that. A little fouled out looking. Let's give her a sniff. Yep, smells like oily gas. Alright, give me a minute, we'll clean this up. SuperTech brake parts cleaner. That means it'll clean anything. We'll just give her a little. There we go. Here we go. We'll just give it a little bit of this. A lot of powder coming out of that brush. I don't think you can see it on camera. I don't know. Maybe it's just dust. It's crazy looking. As you can see, it's got a gap on it. Tiny little gap. You can't really see it on the camera, but I'd say it's about 35 thousandths of an inch. And we got a little washcloth. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. Good as new. All right, let's see if we have any shocking experiences here. I don't think that plugged in. What's going on with this thing? That should go click. See if that sparkulator is doing anything. I don't see nothing happening, but it's just kind of out in midair, so let's see what this does. See if we can't shock ourselves to death. Oh, I didn't see it, but I heard it. They went ta-ta-ta-ta. She's got sparks. So let's go ahead and thread her back into the cylinder without cross-threading her, because that would be sad. And we'll try to put some fuel in her. See what happens. Since we don't have that little line on, it may just squirt it all back out, but snug her down, plug her in. There it is. All right, now we're gonna put some fuel in her. We're gonna pull on her, and we're gonna see if it goes boom, boom. Here's our fresh gas. I'm sure it's just gonna squirt it out when we start trying to prime her. Perfect. Yep, that was straight gasoline. Here's our CarQuest 2-cycle oil. 20 to 1, 30 to 1, 1 to 1. I don't know, whatever. Put that back on there. Now you always want to mix your oil with the gas. You don't want to just dump it in and hope for the best. So it's kind of just, there we go. Now let's see what the primer does. I'll zoom in on that. Move this thing over here. There's already gas leaking out. Or we could just choke it and see what happens. I really think we have to have that other line on for this primer to even do anything. Here, let's just feed her some straight friggin' fuel and see what happens. Let me stand her up better. Yeah, there we go. It's just gonna take, oh God. Dump some of that out. Close that door. Okay, well, I believe we just flooded the hell out of it. That's why it wouldn't go for the first 500 pulls when we dumped all that delicious fuel in it, but she runs. So we just need to put a line on there from the carbonator down to the fuel tank. We'll probably have a good weed eater. Okay, we got another line. Stole it from the other weed eater. I wonder if we're going to take tank off to do this, because I can't get my hand in here very good. This is like trying to thread a camel through the eye of a needle, isn't it? Come on. Okay, well, we got her in there. That was not ideal, but the tube is in the tank, so let's hook it onto the carb and see if that was seriously the only problem with this weed eater. Well, I have no idea how in the world somebody would lose that little fuel line. If I get her on a carb, that would be nice. Put the cap back on. I think that tube is submerged. It sure is. Let's see what happens. Set the choke on there. Start priming her up. Put a little more fuel in there and see what that does. There, now she's definitely submerged. Hopefully there's enough Earl in it to keep her from dying. she runs. Needs a new tank, new lines. I bandaged her together. Look at all that smoke in here. But yeah, I bet you string that weed eater, string her up, put a tank on her with some new lines. You got you a $70 weed eater for what, 15, 20 bucks? So there you go. A little bit of elbow grease, a little bit of concentration. You can have your running weed eater that you found in the trash, at least in our case. So, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.